Yes, what's going on, people? Joining me right now is someone who's going to have a big 2018, obviously we're in October, but 2019 as well, and 2020 best singer out there in the UK as well. Can I say that?
Oh, I don't know.
Alright, cool. Humility.
It's a lot of pressure.
Alright, humility there. Samm Henshaw's in the building.
How you doing, brother? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. So we were just talking before we did the interview about FIFA. We're going to get into that later.
I'm sorry, man. I know. It's the fear in me. I haven't played yet because I'm still afraid. I'm still trying to get better.
I'm not going to lie, I stopped playing.
Alright, let's go then.
Wow, because I'm dead now. You want to? Cool.
Literally, let's do it. That's how I run it.
Alright, man, say no more. Alright, so you've got 3 tracks that are out. You
Yes.
Actually, no, before we even get into that, so last time we caught up was 2016. It was a different time.
Yes.
It was the Sound Experiment 2.
Yes.
That literally just came out.
Yeah.
And now you're back. You kind of had a quiet 2017. And now you're back with 3 tracks. So what have you learned since the Sound Experiment 2 and now?
A lot. I think a lot more about myself, though.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was just about me, who I am, who I'd like to be, how I'd like to get there. So yeah, I mean, and musically, just musically finding my identity, musically just growing in terms of what I can do, and stuff. So yeah, everything's kind of just been figuring out stuff about my life and myself and just kind of enjoying it a bit as well.
Yeah.
Just been able to have a break.
It's good because obviously, like you're saying, when you're learning about yourself, you can put that into the music.
100%.
Because even just having a great life all the time, what can you sing about?
Bro, it's like, to be fair, I mean, whilst I was away, I did have an extremely wonderful life. It was wicked.
Say no more then.
But I think it was a lot of the stuff that you hear in the songs and a lot of the stuff that you're going to hear in the music was based off of just times and points when stuff wasn't great, and me just kind of like reflecting on them. Some of them, it talks about how I deal with them. Some it doesn't. It's just me addressing how I felt and stuff, because sometimes you need to vent.
I hear you.
So yeah, it's just stuff.
So when you're going through this stuff then, how easy is it to pick up the pen or pick up an instrument or do something like that? Because sometimes you're kind of living in that moment. It's real to you. Do you know what I mean? It's not fake. So how do you do it?
I'm not the sort of person that, well, as far as I know right now, I'm not the sort of person that kind of has a really crappy moment and goes, I'm going to write about that. And no like shade or anything to anyone that does do that. Do you know what I mean? Because
everyone's different.
That's your process, but for me, I'm not like that. I'd rather go through that entire experience and it be really rubbish and horrible, and then kind of later on down the line remember that I went through it and go, oh, okay, cool. There's something to write about.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Them ones there. So let's talk about the 3 tracks that are out right now.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? Came out like May time.
Yes.
Came out a while back now. Time's gone fly, man. This year.
Dude.
And then you've obviously got Broke that came out. Broke, I think, is doing the best numbers-wise.
Broke is the one that everyone is gravitating towards the most, which is, I mean, I'm glad people are gravitating towards any of it, but yeah, it's good.
You know what's mad? It's because everyone's broke. That's why.
I literally think that's it. I think everyone's just kind of proper experience it.
It doesn't matter how much money.
Very relatable.
Exactly. Unless you're born into a rich family, it's a situation where you've been broke once. Everyone's walked around in their Calvins.
Song, yep.
Calvins is still a bit bougie, still, you know. Some people only got Primark, but
I mean, it does. I mean, there's a lot of people that are broke because they bought Calvins. So
that's true.
You know,
that's priorities, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
And then obviously you got the new one, which is out right now with Wretch 2. That came out like a week and a half ago or a week ago.
It was last week Thursday. Yeah.
So with these tracks, so obviously being gone for a while and then coming back and kind of hitting people in the last like 5 months with all this music.
Yeah.
What were your expectations? What were your goals? What were you thinking? How did you want to hit the people? Did you hit the people the right way you thought? I'm hitting you with a lot of questions right now.
No, I like it. So I don't know if do you know what I had to do? Over the time that I was away, I had to deal with that sort of expectations.
Yeah.
I think the higher my expectations were back in the day, the more disappointed I was. Because I was doing great stuff. So for me, my expectations became high. I had to sort of mentally lower my standards. Not necessarily lower my standards. I just mentally had to care less about what people were gonna think and what people thought in general, and just kind of go with the whole I want to make something that I want to make, and if I like it, then great. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be someone out there that listens to it. That's why we, you know, the great thing about Spotify is that there's an audience for everyone now.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for I say Spotify, the great thing about music with platforms like Spotify and stuff is that there's an audience for everything. So yeah, I had to sort of mentally, I was just like, I don't care what. I know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I know how I'm trying to put it across.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I had to kind of just care a little less. Not care at all, but just not as much as I would have done.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2-3 years ago. And then I think to answer your question about, wait, what was it?
Oh, so many. I'm listening
No,
so
you're
much.
like, there was
I was like, we were talking about expectations.
Yeah.
And you were saying you thought you didn't care as much what people thought.
yeah.
Then the music came out. It's done well. So let's go with that. Let's just run with that for now.
Okay.
And then pause there. And then if it comes back to us, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, what did I want the
There
music
you
to
go.
do for people?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, did it like do what it did for people?
Even better than me, you know.
Yes, I think one of the things that has made me more happy than anything at the moment is I've been getting like messages. I mean, I think this is the most, I tried to like keep as in touch with fans as possible.
Yeah.
And so, but I think this is the most I've done it. And it's been so lovely getting the responses and the feedback from the music, not necessarily because people think it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great and thank you. But when people are messaging me and they're saying, I was going through this and this is what this song has done for me.
Yeah.
That to me is like, that's what I want to do. That's why I'm writing these songs, because I'm hoping that my experience in these areas will eventually let someone hear it and go, okay, this makes sense and this is how I feel.
Yeah,
but this has also helped me realize I'm not alone in it.
Yeah.
I can figure it out and solve these problems and stuff. So, yeah, for me, it's, like I just want to be able to encourage people. And I'm glad that that's happening. I'm glad it's working. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's one of those situations where you've got like all these 3 songs that have come out in such a short space of time. They're all coming with the same energy.
Yeah.
And I think it's not like you're giving somebody something that's so different and then hitting them 3 different things. You're hitting them with different kind of stories in there, but all with the same sound. And I want to say that's probably down to yourself working on that. Your producer, or one of your producers, Josh Grant.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously the Wretch too. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So working with someone like Josh Grant, right? Did he work on all 3 or did he work on 2 of them? How does it feel? And
He worked on all 3. Yeah.
All 3. So how's it feeling like linking up with a producer like that in the studio and then creating that sound?
So this entire process actually has been me. A lot of it was trying to figure it out with a lot of other producers.
Yeah.
So I've worked with too many.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Too many producers. And all the while I sort of knew what I wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
But I think there was just, there's this thing that labels tend to do where it's like, we got to figure out who you want to work with, so we're going to put you in a room with everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool.
They want to put you in a box. They want to find the box.
Yeah, they want to fight. Yeah, it's like if you've come to us and you told us what you want to do, so let's help you do it. So it's never from like a bad place, but it's just long. So I went through this process of just like kind of working with everyone, like from all these pop writers and
X,
producers
Y, Z.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, okay, this is long now. And I think the thing that Josh did most of the sound experiment too.
Yeah.
So I already had a very strong relationship with Josh before then, musically and just as a mate. And then I think just the more, I think I worked on, what did I work? I think I'd worked on How Does It Feel with Josh. And excuse me, and I think even just from chats that me and Josh had about what I wanted to do in terms of the sound and the direction I was going in, he just got it. And so for me then it was just like, it just made sense. It just clicked.
Yeah.
And I think then it just became more of like, I just want to work with Josh. And people were like, oh, but try it. I'm like, I just want to work with Josh. But try it. Just want to work with Josh. So yeah, it just became, it was like a natural fit. And it's been, I mean, I still work with other producers and it's been great. But Josh is kind of the person I always end up back on. I want everything to feel like it fits sonically. Yeah. So after I did How Does It Feel with Josh and I did Doubt with Josh, and there's a couple of other songs that we've done together.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, I now need to bring everything back to Josh. So we ended up finishing Broke together as well. I originally worked on it with Levi Lennox.
Okay.
But me and Josh rounded it off.
Fair.
So it's like, just so that not necessarily because nothing against anyone else, but I think when you're working with so many different producers, everyone's got their own kind of unique style and
For real.
that hand comes around on that sound. So yeah, it was just kind of to make everything fit.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
See, that's mad. Like, and I like the way you broke that down as well. So anyone else who's listening out there who wants to be an artist in the future can kind of see, you know, you need that one guy.
No, 100%. It's, I mean, when you look at Justin Timberlake, he's got his thing and he's got the people that he's worked with, and it's consistent.
Shout out Timberland.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like everyone's got their person that they work with, and I think it's important to be comfortable with what you're doing. Yeah. And if you're not, then don't do it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Allow it, innit?
Yeah.
So let's talk about this, right? So we've got 3 songs out right now. Yeah. You're a person who can sing by themselves and captivate an audience by themselves on a track.
Man.
Look, some people, you get to about a minute and a half, you're like, where's the song ending, fam? You're looking at the time. But you're someone who's kind of, you don't necessarily need a feature, but if a feature is going to be on the track, it's going to make it better. You see where I'm going with this? Honestly, that was one thing I had a huge problem. It's one thing I have a huge problem with in general, because I think a lot of artists recently have been doing it where they're putting rappers and they're putting features on the record to make the record do better. And it's like, I have no problem with putting a feature on a song. I just want to make sure the feature is good. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? For me, Wretch is the best. He's top 5 in the world to me. And it was like, I've always wanted to work with him, and I just always wanted to make sure that if I ever had a feature on a record, it was compliment. You remember back in the day when you heard a joint and you were ready, you were excited because you heard that the feature was going to be on the joint, but you knew it was going to be fire because you just knew that feature was going to contribute something. Exactly, It wasn't going to just, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, when I saw Samm Henshaw and Wretch V2, I didn't really know what to expect. Yeah. Until I heard the song. And obviously, I was like, okay, this was nice. Yeah. But why him? Obviously, you said because he's top 5 and stuff like that, but was it a situation where you've always said that you always wanted Wretch on a track? Or is it a situation where you heard the track and you were like... No, I wrote this. Me and Wretch wrote the song. We wrote the song before Wretch featured on it. Wretch was on the record. We hadn't written this. We wrote the song together. Wretch came to the studio to write for me. Mad. He didn't come to feature on it. He just ended up featuring on it because everyone was like, it sounds right. It sounds like he should just be on the song. Yeah. So, it was that simple, and that was another thing that I think made the song feel so just good anyway, because it was literally me, Josh, and Wretch in a room working on this song. Yeah. And so we were just able to really channel. Yeah, it wasn't I've written a joint, I got a verse, I would like you to drop a verse, like an email kind of artificial thing. Yeah. And even I feel like for me the biggest problem that I have with that is a rapper can do whatever they want, or whoever's featuring on it can do whatever they want, and just send that to you, and that's it. They're like, I done what I did. Give me the racks. Yeah, take it or leave it type thing. And it's like, I got to be happy with the fact that you're on the joint. But for me, I know that Wretch is just a man of like his standard of what he does. He's at a high caliber. The caliber is so high that I just want to work with someone that's going to contribute that. Exactly. Yeah. So all right, so you've got Wretch V2 on this project. Mm-hmm. You were working with Maverick Sabre as well. Yeah, I've worked with Maverick on quite a lot of songs. Yeah. See, I know my stuff. Yeah. And is there an album, an EP? What is this working towards right now? Album, yeah? Yeah. Okay. When I started, we've been working on songs since the Sound Experiment 2, like even before then. Sound Experiment 2 kind of just happened because we were working on songs. Yeah. We were like, we might as well put an EP together. But I think when we really sat down and were like, let's actually work on music towards something, we decided it was going to be an album. Yeah. So when I went away for like the year or 2 years or whatever it was, I was
working
Yeah.
towards an album. So yeah, it is all towards that. All these songs that you've heard
Yeah.
are
We're going to be on there.
going to be on the album and plus many more.
Is it too early to get a name?
A bit, yeah. I don't, because it, like, I've got a name and I feel like I've had the name for a while.
Yeah. You don't want to put it out in the universe and then be like,
And things might change. Things change all the time in music.
Yeah.
So I don't want to, do that.
Cool. So I'm just trying to get a little exclusive of that, you know?
Yeah.
All right, but let's talk about the next thing, right? So that's touring. So I think last time we caught up, it was early in the year, and obviously towards the end of the year, Chance blew up, came to London.
Yeah.
He had you and Jay, I think it was Jay Prince.
Jay Prince.
On
legend.
was it the world tour or the European tour that you guys were on?
I think European
Tour, right? So you had your Hoxton show, what, last month? A month and a half ago? Around that time?
What month is it?
It's October now. I think your show was, it was the last 3 months.
Yeah, last 3 months.
Yeah.
2 months. I'm going to embarrass myself and say I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, you had the show at least.
I had the show, it's great. Yeah, loved it.
And you got another show coming up in Scala, right?
Yeah,
on the 30th. Yeah. At least you know that one. You have to be there on the day.
I should have known that because it's October 30th.
Boy, it's one day for Halloween if that was going to help you at all.
Appreciate it, man.
But what have you learned on your travels? Obviously, going on tour, seeing different audiences around Europe, and then coming in. How do you bring that energy and different experiences you've had back to your own show and make your own show special for your fans?
That's a good question. Taking what we have, I guess, and what we had before and improving on it. I think the biggest thing at the moment that I'm really trying to get a grasp of is actually, it's weird. I feel like you can have a show that has, it's just a performance.
Yeah.
And you're just performing the songs that you have. And
that's kind of boring though, isn't it?
And that's kind of what we did before, and we made the most of that with what we had, and it was great because it was entertaining because, there's all this energy and it's essentially like watching a band, so you don't need to have all these gimmicks to make it work. But then there's actually putting together a show. And I think because of the music that I've made and because of how I'm approaching the album, where I want it to feel very much like a journey and a story and so on and so forth, that's what I'm trying to implement into this show now, where it is essentially a show, and it is a journey, and it's weird because I feel like a lot of artists, we at the stage that I'm at, I'm not necessarily like, I'm not a big artist, do you know what I mean? I'm not like,
I think you're kind of selling yourself short.
People know who I am, but I don't feel like it's not crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care, but it's at the stage that I'm at.
Yeah.
There's only so much that you can do. I feel like a lot of us artists at this level feel like there's so much we can do. In terms of putting together a show. But for me, I want to be able to put on the same type of show that I'm watching big artists put on.
Makes sense.
But at the level that I'm at, and allow people to be able to still enjoy that sort of thing in a smaller space. So yeah, it's trying to grab that energy and that vibe and putting that into my show without it being too gimmicky and too just weird.
But the thing is, you got the humour. You're quite funny on stage.
I heard, A lot of people say I'm funny when we perform. I don't notice it.
Do you know what it is? A lot of people are very robotic on stage. Like we were talking about. Like a lot of people are like, hi, I'm here to just, do the show and bye. Some people just don't talk. Exactly, right? So if you're talking, you're interacting with the crowd, people are always going to mess with that a lot more. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to the show if I can get a ticket or two.
Oh, bro, definitely come down. We'll sort something out.
Oh, well, this has been said on audio now. So
of course. No, that's fine,
There you go. But so the album may or may not be out by then.
Yeah, no,
say that.
It'll be out next year, so it's not going to be out before this show.
So
but
we're getting all the old stuff and some of the new stuff.
You're actually going to get more new stuff than old stuff.
Swear.
Yeah, this is the opportunity to just hear all new music. It's 90% new music.
So you're low-key teasing the fans.
Yeah, basically. We wanted to change the show anyway.
Yeah.
So that was kind of one of the reasons why we decided to make the album, because it was like, we just want a different show.
Yeah.
So so it is going to be more new music than old music.
Okay.
Definitely.
There you go, you heard it. Make sure you get your tickets and go down, because it's going to be a bit of a madness. Samm, as always, thank you for chatting to me today.
So lovely to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
True, we're not going to talk about FIFA. We're just going to let that slide.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
See you at FIFA 20, fam. And there you go. Make sure you check this out.